Hello everyone, welcome back to the Integrity Botanicals YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing per your request an SPF roundup. Now I wanted to do this video because there's a lot of old favorites in my collection. There are many new launches that I only very briefly shared with you, and it is just that time of year, so I wanted to sit down and share them with you. I am focusing mainly today on SPFs for like the face and neck. Some of them you can also use for the body. Oftentimes you can do both. The only thing is I find that body sunscreens I'm less picky with. Like they could sort of be any texture, whatever, especially if they are more like long wearing, water resistant, or you know, if I'm just wearing something without makeup. So I wanted to talk about different textures. It might be good for better skin types. My personal experience with them, of course. So I am running through most of the ones on the website, and then if there is one that I missed that you're very curious about, do let me know. But all of my personal favorites will be included in this video here today. So let's start off with an old faithful, and one that I've not repurchased because I just have so many darn SPFs. I want to make sure that I'm working through these before I am purchasing new bottles, but I have used bottles upon bottles of this over the years, and this is the Josh Rosebrook Nutrient Day Cream. This is an SPF 30. It does also come in a tinted option. The regular without the tint is 55, and the one with the tint is 60. That is for 1 fluid ounce of product. Now, this is zinc oxide mineral-based sunscreen. A lot of natural sunscreens I find are. It is unscented and suited for all skin types. If you're unfamiliar with the texture, it's a little bit more of a satiny, velvety texture, which I find sits very well underneath makeup. It doesn't pill up and get all gross either. It's not overly nourishing. It's not drying by any sense of the imagination as well. It is just a good go-to everyday cream, SPF 30, and always the best ingredients in a Josh Rosebrook formulation as well. So that is an old, tried and true favorite. I think if you took all my sunscreens away and I didn't know what to get, that might be the one, because I've used it for the longest point in time, and I think it is also the most universally beloved sunscreen as well. There are just rave reviews for this, and there has been for so many years. I did also want to say I'm not going to be touching base on if all of these are vegan or whatever, blah, blah. I am going to try to beef up that description box a little bit for you down below, but majority of these, if not all of them, are a vegan formulation, as well as a lot of these are reef safe as well. And that's why I just like going the green beauty route, the natural route with SPF in general. So moving right along from the Josh Rosebrook, another fabulous everyday option. This one is quite unique in the situation because this is a titanium dioxide based SPF. This is the Hint Beauty Sun Prep SPF 25. So it's a little bit on the lower end as far as SPF is concerned. Retails for $65 for 1.7 ounces. Not all of these are in fluid ounces, but ounces to fluid ounces are about equal. Ounces are a little bit less than a fluid ounce. But what I love about this is that it has the most lightweight texture. It's more like a gel moisturizer sort of combo in one. Sits beautifully underneath makeup, so easy to reapply. If you have more dry skin, this is going to be a favorite of yours for sure. Another tried and true classic. All right, if you have more dry skin, you prefer an oil based formula, there are 2 recommendations that I have for you. The first of which is going to be Mara. This is their Sea Kale Sunscreen Serum SPF 30. This is another zinc oxide based facial oil. It is an ultra sheer texture, which is something that I really like about the oil formulation. So if you have dry skin, you have deeper skin where you find that the zinc leaves more of a white cast along the skin, this one might be the way to go, or the next one that I'm going to mention. I love that this one's also formulated with sea kale. There's a lot of anti-aging benefits in a lot of these products, specifically the oil-based ones, and the kale helps to minimize fine lines in the skin. This has a really great pump, making it great for travel, and again, more oily, so you need to give this a really good shake just to make sure you're getting an even distribution of all of the beautiful oils as well as the zinc oxide in here. This one you can definitely wear underneath makeup. It needs a little bit more time to gel into the skin because it is going to sit on top of it a little bit more because of that oil base. But sometimes when I'm going out, let's say I'm going to sit at the beach for a little while and I'm just going no makeup, I love the glow that this provides. It makes the skin look really, really, really beautiful and hydrated, healthy, glowing. So when I'm going that route, I really like this for that. And then piggybacking along that, we've got the Lapar Elemental Day Silk. Now I have done a full video on Lapar, so you could check that out. But this is another more oil kind of fluid based formulation. This has uncoated mineral zinc in here, 12% of that, so it's not going to be as much of a sun protection. But what's really cool about this formulation is that it helps build up your skin's natural resistance to the skin. So this is something I would probably layer an SPF on top of, or just a good easy everyday lightweight option as well if you don't need anything too intense. This one's a lot less runny than the Mara, but it still has that same slick texture. But again, the oils I love because I find that the zinc blends in the most beautifully with these and is the most just like universally flattering. So if you have more dry skin, check out the Lapar or check out the Mara. Let's go on to Solara. Solara is a fully focused SPF brand. So I'm gonna run through all 5 of their options. I've done a more in-depth video, so I'm gonna keep this quite brief, just sort of run through what makes them different and who I would suggest them for, but I'll also link that video down below. Starting off with Clean Freak, the first 3 I'm gonna mention are more body-focused skincare, SPF. This one retails for $28. The Clean Freak is also a zinc oxide-based formulation with an SPF of 30. Natural fragrances, all that good stuff in here. It's just a good everyday minimal ingredient sort of SPF option that is also water resistant for up to 4 minutes. So it's gonna be a little thicker. That's why I like using it on the body. Not my favorite for the face, but a perfect everyday body option. You know, it's so hot. Even when I'm in the car, I like to just lather up the arm so we have a little bit of sun protection. Moving right along, if you want something that's gonna illuminate a little bit more anti-aging focused, that is the Glow Getter. This is also an SPF of 30. We've also got a zinc oxide based SPF in here. This one is just formulated with mica to give you a little bit of a natural glow, which I love. This is always the one that I reach for. There's also caffeine in here to help tighten and firm the skin, but this one does retail for $32. These come in a nice, more generous size because again, we're using it all over the body at 3 ounces for both of these. So really great price point on those. And again, a little bit thicker, water resistant, all of that good stuff, but a perfect sort of going out, spending the day outside type of option that you don't need to reapply maybe as frequently as you would some of the others. Now, moving along to a great face option that is a little bit thicker again because it is also water resistant for up to 40 minutes. This is the Time Traveler. This is your ageless daily face sunscreen. This is an SPF of 30. We've got another zinc oxide in here, water resistant as I've already mentioned. This one's really great because it's good for so many different skin types. If you have very sensitive skin, this one's gonna be great for you. It is unscented, it is silicone free. All of these have more of that sort of velvety texture. I find the dry down is really quite nice. This one you can use underneath makeup, but this is one I would use more if I'm going out to the beach and I'm not putting anything on top of it, or I'm putting very minimal on top of it. I do also love that this has anti-aging benefits in here. We've got peptides, ceramides, and squalene, which helps retain moisture within the skin. Very, very nourishing formula that is good for all skin types. So it has like what it's good for on all of these. So like this one says hydrate and nourish. This one says illuminate and tone. The Time Traveler says reverse and prevent. You know, so there's different categories that we're working with here. Moving right along, my favorite of the bunch, probably one of my most used just up here in the ring today, is the Fortune Teller. This is the brightening sunscreen serum. So I love this underneath makeup. I love the pump as well. This retails for $64. We're getting 1.7 ounces here. It's an SPF of 30. There's hyaluronic acid in here that holds 1,000 times its weight in water. So it helps not to only hydrate the skin, but keep the skin hydrated, which especially when we're in the sun, drying out the skin, increasingly more important. This helps brighten the skin with vitamin C. We've also got adaptogens in here, which help prevent hyperpigmentation, which is something if you suffer with breakouts and then you're going out in the sun without the proper protection, that can just emphasize any sort of scarring on the skin, becomes increasingly more difficult to get rid of. I love that this is not only protecting, but fighting against all of that as well. And again, it's got a subtle sort of tint to it. So when I pump it out, it's almost like it's a pinky white. It's a little bit more creamy than a stark white that sometimes zinc can be. I mean, it just turns into nothing. It is velvet on the skin. So I think this is great. Even if you have oily skin, I think that you would love this. But if you have dry skin, I think that you would really like this as well. And then finally, kicking things up a notch, we've got the Guardian Angel. This is the Super Peptide Sunscreen Milk to plump and energize. This one, we're kicking up the SPF factor. We've got an SPF of 50 here. Helps plump up all of those fine lines, as the name would suggest. This does retail for $56, and we are getting a fluid ounce of product, which is pretty standard, as you've heard me say. This is an oil-free mineral sunscreen. It is a milky texture when it comes out. It has like a little pipette, but then you are going to see it has like a satiny sort of finish. This one, because of the high SPF, the way it's very concentrated, it takes a little bit more love to get worked into the skin. If you have a darker complexion, I don't know if this would be the one I'm telling you to go run and get. Maybe something with a little bit more of a tint. Or again, if you can mix this in with your foundation, something that's maybe a little too dark for you, that would be a good way to get a makeup 2-in-1. And I recommend that with all of these, by the way, you guys. If you were looking to just cut down a step, you don't want to put on 2 different products, you know, use the back of your hands like a little mixing pan, and you can make your own tinted moisturizer at home. It is just that easy. Or I'm sorry, your own like sunscreen. A lot of these have very nourishing benefits that make them very easy to mix into existing products. So that is what I recommend for this, but I think it's a great, more heavy duty option that you can use every single day. So that's all from Solara. Now let's move on to my favorite and one of the newest in the bunch. This is from Babo. Babo has a variety of different SPFs. I am a fan of a lot of them. I will link them down below. But the one we're gonna talk about today is their Daily Sheer Fluid Mineral Sunscreen SPF 50. This comes in both a tinted option and non. Retails for $21.95, so it's not only a fantastic price point, but it's also a nice high SPF. We do get 1.7 fluid ounces in here. It's not only all of those amazing things, it is also fragrance free, which I absolutely love, and is also a zinc oxide based sunscreen. So this is a great one for sensitive skin due to it lacking fragrance and everything like that. You can hear it's very liquidy, so this is one that you're going to shake up. And then it's very runny once applied, which again, it blends into the skin like a dream. It's a lot less thick than some of these, so though it has that velvety texture, it just almost like melts away. And I love this. What a treat. I love that it's got that little narrow tip so that product is not getting crazy everywhere. I love how it sits underneath makeup. It doesn't disturb my usual everyday routine. This is my favorite. I love both the tinted and the non. If you have a more deep complexion, maybe try the tinted one, just because again, zinc is known for leaving a little bit of a white cast on the skin, but those are so lightweight. I think that is just the winning combo right there. I am so, so, so loving it. Now, for my dry skin people, if you are like lazy, you have dry skin, you're like, Ashley, can't I just use a moisturizer with SPF? That's where this guy comes in. Ursa Major just released their Force Field. This is an SPF of 30 for $58, 1.7 fluid ounces, another non-nano zinc oxide formulation. We've got squalene in here, incredibly hydrating. We've got lingonberry and elf dock flower. What I love about this is that it is like so moisturizing, it can be your daily moisturizer. When I'm applying it, it doesn't have like, zinc can like leave a coating, and that's not a good or bad thing. It's just the way it is. This, I do not feel that at all. It is really just like a true lotion. Feels really delicious to apply to the skin. A great one if you're sitting out in the sun. Very easy to reapply. It's just a dream come true, and if you have more dry skin, I think that you are going to love this. I've really been enjoying it for when I'm in a rush, or I just want something to sort of do it all. That can do it. And then let's finish things off with some Raw Elements. These are also newer additions to the website. Surprisingly, I love this guy. This is the Face and Body Spray SPF 50. So this one, you'll see when I spray it, it is so rich in zinc. It is like almost blue. So this is one that I definitely prefer to wear on its own, but I love that it's in a non-aerosol spray. I think that makes application and reapplication so easy, and you can use it on the face and the body. So if you're doing an outdoor activity, this is the way to go. You can see we've got the reef friendly sticker on here as well. There is zinc oxide and titanium dioxide in here. So we've got two different ways to protect the skin, which I absolutely love. And again, lightweight, easy to use. SPF has come such a long way in the green beauty space, and that one is a fabulous one. Again, if you are outside for long periods of time, that one is water resistant for up to 80 minutes, which is amazing. And I think that is the longest water resistant formula on the website, which I think is incredible. Now, if you want something a little bit more heavy duty, or this is even easier to travel with because it's in stick form, this is their face stick. So again, I'm sure you could apply this everywhere. It's just more of a pain in the butt. That's where the spray comes in. But this is great to really concentrate it all over the skin. It's easy to apply. Boom, boom, boom. I imagine this being great if you have kids as well. Reef friendly, water resistant, all the same goodness in the other formulation, also zinc and titanium dioxide, just a different way of applying it that is also in a travel friendly container. So I think that's great. And I wanted to end things off on an SPF that I have used, but I have passed it along. Again, did you see how many SPFs I have? Still working my way through those. It is from Indy Lee, and I haven't had a lot of time to speak about this one, so I wanted to take the time to do so. This is an SPF 30. Uncoated zinc oxide. You can see a running theme here. Retails for $42 at 3.3 ounces. So good price for quite a bit of product. Again, a more moisturizing focused one. We've got squalene and shea butter as well as aloe in here. So it's also very soothing to the skin. I love anything that has aloe for both pre and post sun care. I think that's really great. But this is a really wonderful, good, everyday option. Again, very heavy, more so in the zinc, but sits beautifully underneath makeup, and it's just a good, easy, fuss-free formulation. So, whew, that's a lot of SPF, guys. I know. There is even more on the website, a lot of which are more body focused. There's some tanning options as well that I didn't get into today, but if you want to hear about those, definitely let me know. I wanted to sit down in one space and share my thoughts with you. My favorites of the mix are definitely the Mara. I also love the Solara Fortune Teller. I've used that one so much. I think I'm probably almost done with that one. I can't see inside. And 3, the Babo is my new everyday favorite. If you were looking for a new SPF, highly recommend that one for all skin tones and all skin types as well. So if you've tried any of these, or if I've forgotten your very favorite, please do let me know. Sometimes things get lost in the mix, but these are some of my very favorites, some that I've spent some time using. I feel comfortable delivering the message to you. I will have a little bit more information down below. I do have some more dedicated reviews, like I've reviewed Solara extensively, as well as Mara as well. So I'll include all of that down below, so that way you could check it out. But if you enjoyed this video, you liked hearing about a lot of SPFs all in one video, please do give it a big thumbs up, subscribe. I upload new videos here every single week, and I don't want you guys to miss them. Again, if I missed one of your favorites, or one that you're curious about that maybe I've tried in the past, leave me a comment down below and I will definitely get back to you. If you want to shop any of these right here, right now, all of that is going to be included down below for you as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for all of the continued love and support. While you are down there, please make sure to check us out on our social media channels. We are everywhere, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye.